What's going on, YouTube? This is KREESE here. Today I want to bring y'all a video of what I got going on out here with the S2000 today. So the other day I was coming home from work, stopped to get gas. When I got back in the car, I went to drive off. I noticed, this is kind of hard to turn still. I noticed that I was having a hard time. I thought I was taking off in third gear. The car just didn't want to move. It was just dragging. So I was kind of curious about that. When I got home, upon further inspection, walking around the car to get my stuff out, I felt all this heat just kind of radiating off of this area. Well, I spit right here on this rotor because I'm not going to touch it and burn my hand, and it just sizzled. So brake calipers hung up, and if you can see here, it'll still turn, but it's just very hard to turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this thing off and see what in the heck is going on. That's how you do that. Alright guys, so if you come right here, this is actually a 12 millimeter, not a 15 millimeter, and a 17 millimeter right here. So we're gonna go ahead and break this loose, take this caliper off. Alright guys, so I wanted to show y'all what we did. 12 millimeter bolt here and one here. All I did is remove those, and this caliper's coming out of the way, so we're gonna take this off. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna have to pull this caliper off. This is probably gonna need to be replaced. Y'all can see right here, sorry about the light. This, I'm assuming, this looks like something for the anti-lock brakes. No, you know what? I'm an idiot. Park and brake. Hang on a minute. Alright, so park and brake. If y'all look right here, all you do, take this piece, it slips on in here like that, and all I did is pop it down and pop it off out of the way. And now you got this little banjo looking nut here for your brake line. And we'll tell y'all the size of that in just a second. Alright guys, this is a 14 millimeter, so we're going to take this off, pull this caliper off. Alright guys, be very careful when you pull this off. You can see I have a washer here, and there's a washer right on top here. So be careful when you take those off of this caliper that you don't lose those. So it looks like your park and brake cable here, after we detach it, looks like you have two bolts right here that if we pull those off, this whole plate looks like one assembly, and if we pull these two bolts off, we can get this out of the way, and then our caliper will be completely free. And if you can see here, I've just looped this brake line up here through the top, and so it's not going to hang down and be in like a dependent position where fluid could run out. Right now this is just some extra drips that were up here that's just dripping off. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know what size these bolts are. We'll pull these off, get this thing out of the way. Like I said guys, I'm probably just gonna get a new caliper and a new set of pads and just be done with this thing. Alright guys, so these are 12 millimeters. So I'm gonna go ahead with a 12 millimeter socket extension and ratchet. We're gonna pull this off, get this thing out of the way, and get this caliper off of here. Alright guys, so this has really turned into a heck of a job here. Took me a while to get these off. I actually had to put the caliper mounted back here onto the rotor, and because there was absolutely no way I could turn this. You know, this is, you can see like the rust on here, and I mean this thing's probably been on here, you know, the life of the car. It doesn't look like it's ever been removed, so probably the first time this has ever been removed. Like I had my extension here, and I even had to take this breaker bar to get it off. But anyway, so it's off of here now. I'm gonna go ahead and take this caliper back off and see about finding a replacement for it. Alright, so one thing I wanted to do, I didn't show y'all this before, but I am gonna replace this bracket here also. If y'all come around the back here, you can see right here you have one, and then two, y'all can see that. I'll move the camera back some, 14 millimeter bolts. So we're gonna go ahead, break those loose, and we will remove this bracket here. Air tools always make the job easier. Alright, so 2 bolts out. Here's your bracket. Alright, so I wanted to tell y'all about this caliper here I got. I may do another video about my AutoZone experience, kind of what happened this time, but save it for this video. I'll just tell y'all 4 trips to AutoZone to finally get this thing right. Anyway, this is the new caliper. Like I said, got it at AutoZone, Duralast. It's got a lifetime warranty on it. You can see it came, I got this one with the bracket. So here's your bracket here. So I'm going to go ahead, take this one, and go ahead and mount it. We mount it on the car, and then we'll go ahead and attach the caliper. We also have some other mounting hardware here also, and also some new pads and a gift card that was given to me by AutoZone, $25 Visa gift card. So let's go ahead and get started with this new caliper. And like I said, I'm going to change the pads too also, because when it locked up it burnt the other ones up. And in case y'all wondering, I went with some Duralast Golds. Also have some mounting hardware for the pads and some information in this bag. Here's your part number. Alright, so this part does not come with new bolts for the back. So as y'all can see here, I used my old bolts to hold the bracket on. I just took that off. Same 14mm as you have here. So pulled this off, and well, this is a 12mm here, I'm sorry, to take the caliper off from the bracket to these 2 parts here on the bracket. They go like that, y'all can see, and just took the bracket off, put this on. Now I'm gonna try to slip my pads in and go ahead and see if we can get this caliper on here. Alright, so the easiest way to get this on, go ahead and put 1 bolt in at the bottom, and you can let this swing up and down. So this is the easiest way to do this part. So now we'll go ahead and put our pads in, and these are my old pads. One of them had this thing on the outside. Now I'm not a brake expert by any means, so I'm not really sure what the purpose of that was. Only thing I can figure is you do one of them and alternate. That's why you have 2. I guess they thought I was changing the pads on. They gave me a set for the other side too, which I might as well go ahead and change since I got them. But what you have here, maybe this is just in case they're on there good. You can use this to get one of them off and then get the other one off. I'm guessing. I don't really know. Somebody's a brake expert, post it in the comments and let everybody know. But I'm going to go ahead and put these on and get this thing back in here. Alright, so with these tightened down good, you know, you got this tightened down with a 12. This big one here is a 17mm, so y'all can see. So you'll have to hold that because it's going to want to turn. So you tighten that down good. You see you got your flex here in and out, and everything's in the way it should be. So now all we have left to do is reattach our parking brake cable and reattach your brake line, which they actually included in this kit. This is what they included in the bag. I was trying to tell y'all, you got your brake bolt here with your, you see you've got the hole here, and you got two like little brass washers like we had that we already took out. This in here, they have another to replace it. So this is what we're replacing, this bolt here. And as y'all can see right here, your cable, you just push this back some with a wrench and get some tension. It clips in here just like that. So now your parking brake's on. Alright, so last thing we got to do here, attach our brake line. It's going to go right here. You're going to pop this piece out. It's just a plastic rubber insert that comes from the factory. So it'll go in here just like this, and we are going to get our new bolt, as y'all can see here, and our 2 washers. So one will go on top and one will go below. And this is generally what it should look like. You can see 1 washer below, 1 above. Go ahead and tighten it up. And in my case, this bolt was an 11mm, so And then this is the one that was included with this Duralast caliper and bracket. Make sure you don't over tighten this. Just get it pretty snug in there. Always, we're gonna always check for leaks. And what we're gonna do now is remove this bolt here, and this is going to be, looks like a 10 millimeter, and we're gonna remove this to bleed the brakes. So if you're familiar with bleeding brakes, you have someone what you first do is put you some brake fluid, make sure your reservoir is topped off, which we'll do that. And you have to have, usually takes 2 people unless you have a tool to do that. I know most people that are doing this in their backyard do not have that tool because it's very expensive. So if you're doing this in your backyard, chances are you didn't have enough cash to take it to a shop, which means you probably don't have that tool. But if you do, good for you. If you don't, we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way, so hang on. All right, so the next step is to bleed the brakes. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is come over here to the driver's side of the car. Y'all can see we're in the front here. You have your brake fluid reservoir, and you can see here mine is all the way down at the bottom. This is your minimum line, that's your maximum line right here. That's where you want the fluid. Now this vehicle, most vehicles will say on the cap here, y'all can see it says use only DOT3 or DOT4 brake fluid from a sealed container. Y'all can see that right over here. So that's what we're going to use. You can see use only here, you got 3 or DOT4. So this is what we're going to do, guys. Set this to the side. This is DOT3, just some regular, just some auto guard brake fluid. We're gonna fill this up. You're gonna need an assistant, which I have right in here with some legs, and who is gonna be pressing the brake pedal, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do it. All right, so here we are with our 10 millimeter. We're going to go ahead, loosen this, and have our assistant pump the brakes. So assistant, go ahead and pump the brakes for us. Pump them up. You pumping? All right, pump. They aren't getting tight at all yet? Not really? All right, pump it, push it. All right, push it, hold it to the floor. All right, we got some fluid coming out now. All right, let off. All right, pump it now. Does it feel a little bit tighter? Okay, all right, pump it up, push it as hard as you can. All right, hold it. You holding it?
Yep.
Is it to the floor?
Yep.
All right, hold it. You tighten this back up. All right, pump it up. Yep, pump it up. Tight as you can. Getting the leg workout? All right, pump it and hold it. Pump it up. All right, hold it hard as you can. Okay, got it to the floor?
Yep.
All right, pump it up. All right, push it down and hold it. You holding it? All the way to the floor?
Yep.
I think we are almost good, guys. Go ahead and pump it up again. How's it feel? Feel like a normal brake?
Yes.
Okay. All right, pump it up. Push it as hard as you can. Push it all the way to the floor. You ready? To the floor?
Yep.
All right. The lid off of it. All right, now press it a little bit. How's it feel? Real tight? I had one air bubble here at that last one, guys. We'll do it one more time. Pump it a couple times. All right, pump it and press it and hold it. Holding it. I did see some air on that last one right at the end. To the floor?
Yep.
All right, hold it. All right, lid off. Now press it. Tight. Okay, and that's it. So now we're just gonna throw our wheel back on. But I appreciate y'all watching. I hope that helps some people out. I'm K Reese. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.